vlog series, episode number 1. We are just under 10 weeks out from WBFF Worlds, and I'm going to take you guys through my entire journey all the way there. So if you've been following me for a while now, you will know that I competed in London show last year 2 times. First time as an amateur, where I got 2nd place and won my pro card, and then I went back in November for my pro debut and got 2nd place again. So safe to say that I am definitely going to be working hard over the next 10 weeks because we are going back with only an even better package than I had last time. So I'm really excited for the next 10 weeks ahead. So I will start from the beginning, and that is, I guess, the reason behind the little last minute decision to compete in Worlds. I did spend a good 4.5 to 5 months having no access to a gym this year, and although my goal was to really grow and transform for my next competition, that didn't really go to plan, being in isolation. At the time, Waz and I were in London, and we were living in the tiniest little shoebox you could imagine. Like, it wasn't even the size of most hotel rooms, so it was tiny. And so we couldn't really order any equipment online because we just couldn't fit it anywhere in the room. And then I guess there wasn't really any room to work out anyway. So we were heading outdoors most of the time over the 4.5 months and training with resistance bands only. So it was a tough couple of months for both of us, I think, but we really just stuck through and did the best that we could with those resistance bands. I guess that's what led me to decide that I didn't really want to compete again this year, because I was feeling quite thrown off by the fact that I wasn't able to really make the amount of progress that I really would have liked to make this year. And I guess in conjunction with everything that's going on at the moment with COVID, the kind of uncertainty behind booking anything, flights and traveling, kind of just made me feel like I needed to just put it aside this year and focus more on my business and my work, which has been crazy busy at the moment. So we moved to Dubai, and things have been going really, really well over here. And I've been really enjoying, obviously, getting back into the gym again. I have met a great girl, Beck, which I have been training with, and you might have seen some of the sessions that we have done together. And I think she is part of that little spark of motivation that I got to actually think about competing this year again. We've done some really tough sessions together over the past few weeks, and I guess I've started to feel my normal self come back again. That, in conjunction with her also being about 8 weeks out from her competition, I guess it really just made me motivated and miss the whole process of competition prep. So that was definitely a little inspiration behind my choice to last minute compete in Worlds. So the sticky situation that I'm currently in is I have been dieting down for a couple of photo shoots of the last few months, and those photo shoots were basically more to keep me feeling motivated and on track while we were in quarantine. It gave me something to work towards and to focus my energy towards. So I've really been enjoying doing those, but obviously it's not really ideal to be dieting and photo shooting this close to a competition prep. My calories are now in a deficit, and they have been in a deficit for quite a long time now, probably since I was in London. So although I'm not in the most prime place to be going into competition prep, I'm also feeling in pretty good shape as well at the same time. So that being said, I'm not too far off where I want to be for my stage physique. So basically last week I sent Melissa, my coach, an email and said to her, I'm having second thoughts. Would you be game to do this with me, even though we're now only 10 weeks out? And of course, Melissa was totally on board with this and super keen. So within a couple of days, the decision was made, and she was on top of my plans straight away. Basically mapping out where I am now and where I need to go in order to get to the best possible condition that I can with the best possible physique in 10 weeks time. So basically from where I have been over the last couple of months, quarantine, just getting back into the gym, dieting in a calorie deficit, there are definitely a few specific things that I need to focus on as an athlete, and also Melissa will focus on as my coach as well. So obviously this is where things need to change now, because rather than structuring my nutrition around the social life of Dubai, it is now time to structure around training, around getting into the best physique that I possibly can and getting the most out of my training session. So this is where Melissa is helping me to restructure this for the next coming weeks. Her goals right now, just looking at, you know, my current physique and where I am at, is basically to bring that symmetry back into my body after being without a gym and training with bands only for months. Symmetry is not where we want it to be. So that is something that she has taken into priority with my training. She's also restructured my macros and my calories for training as well. And Melissa's prepped me twice before, and so she's got a really good idea of how my body works now. And every time we prep together, it just gets better and better. And that is obviously why I love having Melissa as my coach. So she has now got me having the higher calorie, higher carb days around my lower body training sessions, because as you guys would follow, they are my big sessions during the week. So the higher calories and the higher carbs definitely structured around these training days. And then we've put a big emphasis on just knocking back the cardio a little bit for now. I was doing quite a lot of cardio prior to my previous photo shoots, so we've just knocked that back a little now. I'm doing about 30 minutes of morning when I wake up, and we're really focusing on the next few weeks on making sure that I get in stretching, foam rolling, and looking after my body, because it needs to be in peak condition and health for the next coming weeks ahead. So basically that is what we're focusing on for the first couple of weeks of my competition prep. So I've got 30 minutes of low intensity cardio when I wake up of the morning, practicing deep core work, stomach vacuums and that sort of thing. And then I've got 3 lower body sessions, 1 upper circuit style session, and then 2 complete rest days where I just do my 30 minutes of cardio in the morning. Another really big focus is going to be my posing practice. So I did get my posing heels back on this morning. It has been a while, and I definitely have a big space for improvement in this area. So I'm planning to get back on that world stage 10 out of 10 confident about my posing. And I've got Melissa and also posing coach Toby Harrison helping me with this over the next 10 weeks. And thankfully, one of my lower body training days has been worked in with my girl Beck, and one of her lower body training days, so we can still get that session in together every week while we're both prepping. So yeah, that is really where I'm at currently, where my starting point is for prep for Worlds. And I guess the other things that I've really got to get sorted this week is starting to look for heels. And I've actually had a Zoom call meeting with the designer of my bikini, which I'm very excited about. So all of those things are going to be coming together very soon as well. And you know, I need to sort of get these bikinis, shoes, dresses all sorted quite early on, because I don't want to be stressing about it when it gets closer to stage and competition week. So that is what I'll be getting on top of this week. So I'm going to be sure to update you all on the weekly changes, my goals, my nutrition and training plans as much as I can throughout this prep. But if there's anything specific that you'd love me to chat about or go into detail about, please just comment or let me know, and I'll make sure that I'll tap on it in my episode number 2.